Alright guys, what's going on? I'm back again here in my room. But I'm gonna go to the studio soon. But why you might want to keep watching is I'm gonna tell you a bunch of gift ideas for drummers. And that's ranging from like cheap gifts to more expensive gifts, but kind of keeping it budget friendly for, moms and dads or friends and family who want to buy a drummer in their life some gifts. And this is a perfect guide to let you know what you should get them. Alright, stay tuned, but I'll be back in a minute when I'm over at the studio so I can explain all this stuff for ya. See ya. I'm outside about to go to the car, but before I go, I'm going to tell you the first and easiest gift you can get a drummer, and that is drumsticks. All you got to do is find out what kind of drumsticks they use, buy them. They're like 10 to like 15 bucks. That one there is probably a pretty easy gift idea. Most drummers could probably easily tell you that, or you could find that one out. So there's gonna be some other gifts on here that you might not expect. What is going on, everyone? I am so glad to see you. I'm excited that I can make videos again for you. This one, it's for all of you people trying to get gifts for the drummers in your life. I know that the drums is a very expensive instrument, and if I were to ask for anything on my list, are probably the most expensive things. What do you do when you're trying to buy a gift for somebody that you care about that's a drummer? Like, what do you do? Well, this video here is for you. Another easy gift that you can give to a drummer is a drum key. Every drummer needs like a million drum keys because they are like guitar picks. They get lost so easily. You drop it and it disappears. It is in the next room or down the street and you'll never find it. One drum key would fit perfectly in a stocking, or get them a bag of drum keys, put it in a box under the tree. That is one of the greatest drum gifts because they're so helpful. You're not gonna spend like $50 on a drum key. You could. There are some pretty fancy drum keys, but this is pretty low key. Nothing low key. Good one, Drew. You're funny. You're not gonna spend a bunch of money on drum keys. The next thing on my list is a thing called the Big Fat Snare Drum. Great name. It is essentially a thing that you set on top of a snare drum head. It really just changed the entire tuning of the drum like that. You don't have to do anything. You slap it on top, done. Different tuning. It's a great thing. One, for the options it gives you, and two, it's great because wherever you go, that is something a drummer will always bring with them, or I think should always bring with them, because there are so many drum kits out there that drummers have to play, whether it be at like churches, at different venues that have a house kit, at school. Sometimes the snares sound awful and you don't have time to fix it, to tune it, or it might just be trashed, and the only way to fix it is to get new drum heads and a new snare strainer, all of that stuff. And you don't have time, you got to do something. The Big Fat Snare Drum is a product, in my opinion, that will make pretty well any snare drum sound good enough for what you need it in a pinch, as well as being a great option for amazingly tuned snare drums. That is a great option. It runs you only 20 bucks. There's a bunch of variations. My two recommendations are the original Big Fat Snare Drum, and then the one that looks exactly like the original one, but there's a hole cut out in the middle. Those are the two that I would say are the best option. Next is like along the same lines as the Big Fat Snare Drum, moon gels. It's just a way to dampen each drum. So you can take some tones out of it that you don't like, and they're cheap. You get 4 in a pack usually. They come in all sorts of colors. Blue and white are the most common ones. They're even good for cymbals. If you're in a low volume place, if you just cut one of those things in half and plop it right on your cymbal, It just brings it down a little bit without killing the entire tone and beautiful qualities of cymbal. Another good, cheaper option is memory locks. Now, I would say the best memory locks to get are for floor tom legs. I made a video way back at the beginning of all of this stuff when I started making videos, and it was about keeping your comfort level up on the drums so that you can always be confident on the drums. Part of that was talking about keeping the levels of everything you have the same and memorizing that so that you can alter another kit if you need to be close to what you have at home. Part of that has to do with memory locks. So you can set a level, and every single time those legs will be at the same height. Now you can get these at your local music store. They're about 10 bucks a piece, and you'll need 3. If your drummer in your life has 2 floor toms, then you need 6. But at least get them 3 of them, and that would help big time. I know for me, I have always wanted memory locks for my floor toms. I have tape wrapped around my floor tom legs at the position that I want them, but memory locks would be great. It's a more permanent solution. They are something that I don't think many people actually think about. Next thing on the list is a splash cymbal. Dude, everyone can use a splash cymbal. You can use it for a multitude of things. You can use it to make stacks, so you can put it on top of other cymbals. You can put it underneath hi-hats to create a different sound. You can put it on drums, and then you can just play it as a splash. When you're getting up into the cymbal ranges, this isn't going to be a very costly cymbal. Yes, it might run you close to $100, but it is a big benefit to a drummer. Along those lines, when we're talking cymbals, is an effect cymbal. Now this is that kind of cymbal that has a bunch of holes in it all over. Not super little tiny holes. Those are quiet cymbals, but like bigger holes. Those are cymbals that I think any drummer could use for anything. Same thing as the splash cymbal. Depending on the size, you can use it on your drums if you get a splash sized. But if you get like a small crash or a larger crash, you can use it as a cymbal itself, or you can use it for a larger stack, and it's just a great option to add a new sound to a drummer's drum kit. The key to buying cymbals for your drummer is find out what kind of brand they use, and then what also is the model of the cymbals that they tend to like, and then you're on the right track. For an effect cymbal, I would recommend these sizes: a 10-inch splash, a 12-inch splash, a 16-inch crash, or a 19-inch crash. Those ones are probably the best sizes for effect cymbals. You can get anything in between that. You could even go bigger if you wanted to, but those are the better sizes. Anything from 10 through 19 is probably the best sizes you could get for those, and obviously they range in prices as they get bigger. Any of those sizes would probably be a benefit to the drummer in your life. Guys, I hope that helps you. I'm so excited for Christmas. I don't know if you guys are, but I sure am. And if you're a drummer like me, you are tasked with the what is your Christmas list? And you're going, I just want the biggest and most expensive, amazing gear ever, and I don't know what other little things I could ask for that won't break the bank for other people. If you are like that, send this video to somebody who is looking for gift ideas for you. And if you're the one who just happened to come across this, know that these are all great options for drummers, and ones that maybe they don't have, which is a good idea to find out if they do have them, and also something that's like a little underrated that drummers might not even think of themselves, but might need or want. So there you go. I hope this helps, and stay tuned to the next video because I'm gonna put together my ultimate Christmas list. If budget didn't matter, these are the things that I really want now for drums. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Remember to dream big because, man, the biggest of dreams, at least feel good dreaming them, whether they come true or not. But I hope you guys are inspired to do more with the drums today and that this helps. See you guys later.